So I'm going to start off with feedback. That it is so important. It really, really is. To not see it as a personal attack, I think, should always be at the forefront of your mind. You need to like understand that's obviously like you need to look at where it's coming from, but feedback has enabled me to change things that we do or do better every single time. So I don't take feedback lightly. I used to completely like melt down, like my whole body would go into like shock, and I'd just be like, oh my gosh, someone's not happy, or staff are not enjoying X, Y, and Z, or too much overtime, or there's bad dynamic in the kitchen or whatever. Like anything that like it's confrontation and friction basically. But it is so important to move through that uncomfortability to be able to get to the other side and have grown from that point. So for me, taking feedback is exceptionally important, like whether it's from my staff on the way that I don't know, say something or try to control situations too much, or if a customer is unhappy with something, like taking that feedback is exceptionally important. It's very difficult. Some days might be easier than others, depending on how close you are to burnout. But it's key to growth, being able to take that feedback. And then asking for help is definitely something that it takes practice as well. Like you can't, if it doesn't come naturally to you to want to ask people to guide you and assist you or ask for opinions. Like I still struggle with it. I'm much better at it because I feel like if I ask for help, that I need to do something to get that help, basically. Like it's an exchange. But I think that you need to also open up yourself to the fact that people want to help you. If you're a nice person and you're passionate about what you're doing, your support structure, for one, they are there to support you, but asking for help and asking for advice, it's not transactional, and if it is a transactional relationship, then I would step back, try and find help somewhere else, guys. But it's important, like being able to lean on people, being able to speak to people. Like I'm at that point where I will talk to people, like people that I don't even know from a bar or so, about my business things and my issues and stuff. I know she sat next to a guy today, and he was just like talking about. He says like I'm not religious, but like the voice of God is guiding me through my business. And I was like, oh yeah, that's like me, but my intuition. Like I call it my intuition, and being able to speak to people and just understand that you're not alone. And that's where help can come in. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody physically helping you out of a tough spot, or, it can just be a couple of words with a stranger just because you opened yourself up to a conversation, and they might be able to give you some insight into the situation that you're in that can just be a different perspective and help you get out of it, So help comes in very many different forms, and I think that you need to be receptive to it. It takes practice, especially if it doesn't come naturally to you to ask for help. If you want to be that person, if you want to be the savior for everyone, it's very difficult to get help from other people. But I think if for the success of your business and for your own mental well-being, it's really important to kind of lean in on that.